What's up, everyone? Wetswork here, and yeah, we're back with another Far From Home review. So, last review was on Mysterio. Go check that video out, because, it's pretty good. I put a lot of work into it. I filmed it twice because I messed it up. And today we are going to be reviewing this, the Ultimate Crawler Spider-Man. With a zip up, not a zip line, a zip up. Yeah, here's the box front. It says, zip up, Spider-Man Far From Home, spider symbol, picture of the figure, picture of Spider-Man, all that. Here's the back, showing, Peter Parker swings through the city as the hero Spider-Man. Picture of him on the zip line. The other figures you can get that are the gimmicky ones. You can get the squeeze leggy one, then the one that's in the car or the jet thingy. So yeah, the one in the jet is very similar to this figure, except that one I'm pretty sure doesn't have knees and doesn't have as much white on him. But yeah, here's the figure. And the first thing to notice is he looks identical to the original Homecoming Stark suit figure, but in reality it's a completely different figure. Whenever I saw images of this guy, I thought he was just a repaint of that figure, but he isn't. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's a whole new figure. I'm pretty sure he is. I mean, for all I know, they could have released this mold in the Homecoming wave, but it wouldn't make sense because they had this mold. So I don't know. We're gonna do some comparisons now to get them out of the way. Here, of course, here he is next to the Stark suit from Homecoming. We're going to bring that one up a bunch of times because, they're very similar. Here he is next to the homemade suit. You can tell this new figure's ever so slightly taller than the original too. But he just wiped out there. But yeah, it's a pretty old video. I did a review of him. I did not do a review of him or the Vulture because that's like really early on in my very early on in my YouTube channel. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I did do a unboxing and review of him if you want to check that out. But here he is next to the Iron Spider, and you can see the Iron Spider's taller than him, which I don't like. Here he is next to the Mark 85 Iron Man, and you can see he's smaller than him, which he should be because he's a teenager. Here he is next to the Mysterio from last video, and yes, again, Mysterio is way smaller than he should be. Here he is next to Vulture, and because I forgot him, because I am a failure. Shocker. And he scales really well with them. Especially Shocker. Vulture is a little small as well. So let's talk about this Spider-Man's accessories, because they're quite interesting. First accessory is this. It's this white piece of plastic. Now the white plastic looks really nice. And it's harder plastic. It's slightly malleable, but it's hard plastic, so if you bend it enough, it's going to snap off. It's not soft plastic where you can just bend it all the way down. This is pretty hard, so it's slightly bendy, but I mean, if you try to bend it all the way, it's going to break. But yeah, it just, clips on. It's not in focus, but, just clips onto his forearm like that. And then you have Spider-Man with a hook. But I think that's for his zip line piece, which comes here, It's got a suction cup, so you know you can suction it to things. Except the cup's kind of not strong enough. But yeah, you have it. Can pull out about that far, you know. Can pull out about. Here it is in scale with the Spider-Man, so you know. It can pull out about, like, you know, I don't know how to show it off. Like about that far. You press the button and it goes. Pulls back. So you know you would snap it onto Spider-Man's other arm, except it's kind of harder to because you know he has a notch on it. Yeah, then you press this, then goes, pulls right up to it, so you know. That's cool, and I guess you can, like, if you don't want to hook it on there, you know, you can just, you know, hold it out. Oh, that didn't stay on at all. This suction cup isn't the best, but like, you know, you can push it on, you know, and then you can hold it out. You can have Spider-Man, you know, kind of swing. I didn't put the suction cup up high enough. Like, you know, you can kind of have, you know, Spider-Man, you know, swing from it. What am I trying to do? Okay, so I'm trying to show off. You can kind of have Spider-Man, you know, swing down on it with the hook. That's what it shows on the box. You know, this is probably the hardest thing I've ever reviewed because, you know, it's pretty fun, you know. It also has a hook here, so you could probably hook it on something. Now, be in mind, you know, it doesn't go too far, and if you want to, you know, pull this, you can't really, you have to hold on to this because it'll just pull off the suction cup. But, you know, again, you could hook this on something, pull it out, only like that. Let me just zoom out real quick. It only pulls out that far. Then you pull it back and stuff, you know. It's really fun, you know. I have pretty much some fun with it, you know. But yeah, let's actually stop talking about the gimmick stuff and, you know, actually talk about this Spider-Man, which is funny because this is actually a really cool look for Spider-Man. So, I'm assuming this whole white aesthetic is, you know, a reference to the Spider-Man suit that he uses in the PS4 game because, you know, that has white on it. Except this is the Homecoming suit. And I gotta say, it looks so nice. I gotta say, white on Spider-Man looks pretty good. I love this look. But let's actually take a look, you know, at the actual figure itself. You know, if you know wants to go and focus. You know, come on, focus. Okay, let me just wipe this camera lens a bit. Made it worse. Oh no, we're almost there. We're almost there. Come on, there we go. It has a really nice Spider-Man head sculpt. First thing to notice, it doesn't have any texturing on the red or the blue, so it's different from this guy. But even then, the head is a lot bigger and the eyes are a lot more open, which I like a lot. And the sculpt works really nice. I gotta say, it looks pretty good all the way around. The webbing sculpt is pretty amazing. And the eyes, you know, have the lenses in them. I don't know, maybe the light will help kind of see it. But, you know, yeah, you can kind of see it there, you know. Yeah, then he has this really good spider symbol. It's funny because, like, this one's spider symbol is kind of bad. But this one has a really good one. Also, I do gotta say, I like how, you know, he's got bone structure because this is just smooth. But you can see, like, his rib cage, you know, starting there, you know, sticking out. And it kind of dips in here. I like it because my body is like this. You know, if you don't know, I'm a little skinny. So, you know, you can, like, clearly see the defined rib cage right there. So, you know, I like the Spider-Man having it because, you know, it makes me, like, be like, hey, this is, like, kind of the me Spider-Man, you know. I know what I'm saying, but you know. Okay, back to the figure, because that was very stupid. You can kind of see all the white lines on it. You can, and this is what confused me, because it's the homemade suit, except if you look here, this is different than this. What? Also, the white goes straight to the blue and doesn't leave a red spot in between. So I don't know what's going on. Because then that makes it seem like it's a new sculpt, but then like on his arms, make it seem like it's not a new sculpt. Maybe they just reused. No, they couldn't have, because, you know. But as far as we know, I mean, this is probably just the same mold as the other weird gimmicky Spider-Man figures in the line. You know, the one with the wings, the clear one and stuff. You know, it's probably like those ones, you know. That's probably why it has sculpt. But yeah, the white looks nice. It goes all the way around on the back. The spider symbol is more defined on it than the, you know, old one. Bringing it back, it's not as defined as this one. And the white's actually painted on the back as this one that didn't even paint the black on it. I Sharpied the black on it, but, you know, it wore off. Yeah, on his arms, you could see more of that white. It's got a white line here. It should have a white line here. The white line on here and the white line on here, because, you know, he has the white lines on the blue. But, you know, it's a $15 figure, you know. Yeah, he's got his gauntlets. I mean, his web shooters. It would have been cool to have them painted white, because, you know, it goes with the whole aesthetic. But, you know, and here's where I say it's definitely a reuse of it. They reuse these arms, because you can kind of see where, you know, it has black here. Can kind of see the faint sculpt of that right there, but, you know, they didn't paint it white, so, you know, it's just there. It's not too noticeable. It's only noticeable if you really try to look at it, but, you know, you could just say it's part of the webbing. But yeah, he's got the nice white, and, you know, the blue's painted really well. It's even on the arm, and he, you know, has the nice webbing all around his chest and stuff, down to the legs. He's got a very, very juicy booty, gotta say. And, you know, it's got all the nice sculpt work on the blue, some more white lines down to the feet, with a very thicker area for the white. And then, you know, they painted the bottom of his feet black, which is good, because, you know, they didn't paint this black, and they left his feet blue, which looks weird. Even though they really should have molded this entire bottom piece in red, because this is the only part of it that's blue. The rest of it's red, so, you know. It's like if they molded up here in blue, despite the fact that this is all the blue. But, you know, the only problem I say is because of that, you know. If the paint's not too good, you can kind of see the blue in it. But the paint's really good on here, and I don't know. I think it still might be paint. Yeah, I think the red's painted on. It looks pretty painty as opposed to the rest of them. But, you know, it's a really good figure, I gotta say. Gotta say, it's $15 because it's a gimmicky figure. You know, articulation. Kind of bobs, you know, not really too much tilt. Rotates. Arm rotates. Hinges out. Single jointed elbow with a rotation. Legs move forward, not back. Knees, and rotation. So yeah, he has all the articulation of the original Spider-Man Stark suit. Because, you know, if you don't remember from Homecoming, you know, Homecoming was the only movie in which which figures had knees. All the Spider-Man figures had knees. But the villain people and the Iron Man, because I watched a video on it, don't have knees or elbows, so, you know. But I gotta say, though, this figure, I would give it, you know, a solid 8 out of 10. I really like the look of this Spider-Man, although I do think Mysterio is the better figure, just because he just is beautiful to look at. I would say pick this guy up. You know, I decided instead of, you know, picking up Mysterio, the black and red suit and the stealth suit, I picked up him and Mysterio. If you're wondering what that was, they were my tiny hands. But yeah, you know, I chose to do it, so, you know, I'd pick him up, and, you know, it's pretty cool. And, you know, you gotta cherish all these MCU Spider-Man figures, because we probably won't get one again. Although I've heard that heard rumors that they'll probably make a deal. And y'all know in a month, Spider-Man's gonna be back in the MCU stuff. Now, I bet you they could probably make a solid Spider-Man 3. It's just it won't have Happy, Nick Fury or stuff. Won't be able to reference Iron Man. And also, you know, that's not the disappointing thing. The disappointing thing is that, like, you know, he won't be able to be in crossovers and stuff. I won't have any other MCU characters in it, but, you know, it's okay if that doesn't happen, because, you know, they could probably make a really good Spider-Man 3. But, yeah. So, yeah, it's my review of this guy, you know, and also in the regular rating, you know, I'd give him a solid, you know, solid 5 out of 10. But, yeah. See y'all next time. Subscribe if you haven't already. And always remember, Spider-Man's cool. And, you know, white is really good on Spider-Man. Okay, peace, boys. Ha!